Okay, what's the day today? The 9th. Today is November 9th. This is the University of Minnesota Shotokan Karate Club. This recording is being made of our regular class for asynchronous training, so please train along. Line up. There you go. What do you want to say?
Seiza, Moxo, Moxoyame, Shonen Rei, Sensei Rei.
Oh, pretty darn good. That's the whole thing. Let's try.
Seiza.
You don't have to say Seiza, you can just sit, and then somebody else sits. Or you can say Seiza, and everybody's supposed to sit at the same time. Sit up straight and tall.
Moxo. Moxoyame, Shonen Rei. Sensei Rei.
Yep. Very good. Spread around just a little bit. Pick up one foot. Go around and raise my toes. Switch. Way. Other foot. Other way. Feet together on the knees. Other way. Feet apart. Round your hips. Other way. Use your legs. Pull your arms around. Switch. Cross. Twist. Pick up your heels. Club. One leg in front, swing your back leg up with your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Your feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Your feet can go a little harder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, if you're late and you have to kneel, it doesn't always have to be by the door. It could just be anywhere off the main training floor. So, like if you put your stuff over there, you can just wait over there. In here or in general dojo. They don't usually do that. But, welcome. Squat. Put your hands on the floor. Straighten your legs. Squat. Straighten. Squat. Straighten. Squat. Straighten. And squat. Put your feet out behind you. Stretch. Bring it back. Touch your chest to the floor. Forward again. Pull your feet in. Slide. Keep it out. Down and forward. Back. Forward. Back. Forward. Back. Reach over one shoulder. Switch. Side. down. Over and back is 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Switch. So a little bit that's a stretch, and also a little bit it's a strengthener, but it also kind of helps you teach your body to use your legs in a useful way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back over to the side, rotate all the way over, stretch the outside of the thigh, back, over, back, over, and switch, all the way over, stretch the outside of the thigh. Back, over, back, over, back, over, and back. Pull your feet in, squatting. Straight your leg. Roll up. Roll your hip. Switch. Right side. Squeeze one knee up into your chest. Switch. 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 And switch. Reach around behind. Grab your ankle. Switch. Switch. And switch. Jaguar legs. Turn to the uniform. Lindsay over here is going to take a break. If everybody can find a mat, please. Move this one down a bit. You can be here. There you go. If that's get your name like written all over it, except for my name's written. All right, we're going to hit these pads. There are many ways to hit things. We're going to concentrate on those that are most useful to us to building total body dynamic. It is different than some people think. So you're going to make a tight fist. You're going to swing your hips from side to side, and your arms are just a little bit late, a little bit behind your hip. Okay, well, that's what it's going to feel like. Keep your spine straight and tall. Everybody put your right hand on the bag here. So this is kind of a downward block position. You're going to wrap your hip up and open. Wrap it up, unwind. Up and unwind. Up and unwind. Look where you're going. Back the shoulders. Pretty darn good. Switch. Over the other side. Now your left hand. Keep your spine nice and straight and tall. Keep your torso full. Wind your elbow up across your center. And unwind. Hit. Unwind. Wind up. Unwind. doing pretty good at this. It is very common. Let's switch back over to our right side. It is very common if you look at me to turn too far because you think more rotation is better. And the problem is this is a very weak angle to push with. I'm stronger almost completely sideways. Not quite. It's like this much off. See when I'm not quite straight sideways? But I want to think I'm going sideways. But not here. This is a bad angle for sideways. So when you turn, you know, in the kata, your hip is supposed to be 45 basically, sideways. Think of it sideways. Wind up, try it again. Just subtle, breathe down into your feet. There you go, keep going. And switch to the side. Nice straight tall torso. Wind up. You move forward a little bit. Down your shoulder. Nice switch, back over the other side. This time watch me for a second again. So before, you were doing nice relaxed hits with no real effort. That's fine. I'm going to count. You're going to go 1 and stay there. And think about squeezing down and sideways with your legs. And then you release it. And then you swing again. After you get there, swing down and sideways. Like you're pushing it into the wall. So you're learning direction. Here we go. Up. And 1. Yes. Stay there. Sink. Twist towards the wall. Wind up. 2. Wind up. 3. Wind up. 4. Wind up. 5. Wind up. 6. Wind up. 7. Wind up. 8. Back your shoulder. Wind up. 9. Wind up. 10. So this is tense too soon. And that's part of what makes you bounce. Relax. It sticks there. Slightly bent elbow, slightly bent shoulder. Pull your shoulder down. Almost. That was heavier. Switch hands. Try the other side. Wind up. Swing and stick. 1. Sink down to the floor. Push sideways. Wind up. 2. Wind up. 3. Wind up. 4. There you go. Wind up. 6. That's pretty good. Wind up. 7. Still stiff too soon. Relax. Slightly bend over. Wind up. 7. Back your shoulder. Wind up. 8. Almost. It's still so stiff. Wind up. 9. Relax. Wind up. 10. I know. I can tell you what it feels like, and this is going to be kind of constant for hitting things, is you have to quit feeling like you care. So if I'm going to hit this, and I'm so tense before I get there that I can't keep the pressure. And in your case, you're not that tense, but you're extending your elbow before you get there, and it puts you in a weird position all the time. So it's almost like one, make it a little later, and you're going to be soft, bent. Back up, would you? That was better. That was much better. You didn't bounce off. Down. little tense and then you fix it. Too much turn. With your last. There you go, that's a good one. Try to remember what the good ones feel like and then just keep trying to do that again. Alright, left leg forward, put your counter punch on the bag here. Let your hip sink towards the floor. Then you're going to pull your hand back and your hip back. Remember what that was like to be there, and then settle and sink. So do not try to kill the bag too hard. That was too hard. And also, please, I've told you this many times, Mike and Lauren, don't turn your fist all the way over. Just maybe 3/4. Or even vertical if you're bouncing off. And it's going to be easier on your wrist. If you sprain your wrist one time, you're kind of done for a while. There we go. Wind up. 1. Wind up. 2. Wind up. 3. Wind up. 4. Wind up. 5. Wind up. 6. Wind up. 7. Far away. Closer. Shoulder down. Wind up. 8. 2 tenths too soon, and this one's too far away. Be closer. Wind up. Tall spine. Head up tall. 9. Oh, almost. Wind up. Yeah. That was closer. This is still 2 tenths too soon, and then jerks backwards. Switch hands, switch feet. So I do want to say this while we're punching. There's several different ways to kind of learn the rhythm. And what I often teach and what I practice is I want you to start your hip first and let your hand go way late. And the idea here is you're trying to understand that your body is creating a shock and not your arm. This is more a result. It's just going to be a whip. Okay? But so I'm saying that's not the only way because it actually teaches bad timing. You don't want your hip to go 1 and then 2. That's way too late. You really want your hip to hit when your hand hits. So the other extreme of that is that you start here and you wind your hand up a little bit and your hip, and then you do your hip, and you wind up and you do your hip, and you wind up and you do your hip. You get used to hitting when your hip ends every time. You don't care when it begins. So I'm saying both are good, but right now you're too stiff, and I think it will help you punch later. Like, left, right leg in front, put your hand on the bag, wind up, twist your hip. 1, wind up, 2, wind up, 3, wind up, 4, wind up, 5, wind up, 6, wind up, 7, wind up, 8, wind up, 9, wind up, 10, switch feet. We're going to do this one different. You're going to start at the end, like I said, and then you're going to wind up in the fighting position this way. So this hand comes forward, this one comes to your center. But remember what it is to be here, and then you're going to wind up. Wind your wrist, wind your hip, wind your leg, and then unwind, and just go back to where you came from. So put some pressure on this mat. Got this pressure going forward. Wind up your wrist, wind up your elbow, wind up your hip, unwind. Wind up and drop. Wind up and drop. Wind up and drop. Wind up and drop. Relax your shoulders. Wind up and drop. Wind up. Boom. Called boxer's fracture, you don't want one. Wind up. One. And up tall. Wind up. Heel. Wind up. 3. Wind up. 4. Wind up. 5. Wind up. 6. Switch hands, switch feet. Everybody got better. As we went, you got a little smoother, a little stronger, so that was good. When I say wind up, there's 2 parts to that. Your arms, of course, are winding, but also I'm lifting on the inside. So my heels come up off the ground just a little bit, and then, so this is too big. And then they drop, boom, boom. Wind up, and then drop, boom. At least your front one. Maybe start with that. Ready? Press on the ball. Wind up. Hold. Unwind. Wind up. Heel. Wind up. 3. Wind up. 4. Wind up. 5. Too much shoulder, too much twist. Wind up. 6. Well, you're drawing over now. You're trying to keep your body in focus. Wind up. 7. That was a better hit it. Wind up. 8. Wind up. 9. Wind up. 10. Switch hands, switch feet. Are you left-handed? Do I ask you that this whole time? Your left hand is sharper, has better timing, better impact right now. It changes sometimes for different people at different times. So for most people, if you're right-handed, let's say, and they tell you to do something, you kind of do it without concentrating on it, you just do what they tell you. And your left hand requires you to go, wait a minute, I have to do this. And it becomes sometimes more precise just because you paid attention to the little thing. So if I'm punching my floorboard, I know for a fact my left hand is more precise. It does exactly the right thing. This side still hits harder. It bugs you. But maybe it's my left is making up something for being on the weak side. You're going to do the same thing if you look this way again, but now you're going to shift a little. So when you wind up, you got to pull back, like let's say 6 inches with your back foot. So here I am, this is my striking position, and I say wind up, put your weight back here so you're far away, and then I count, you're going to twist and drive into the thing again. Please don't look here at your hand, look there, and pretend like you're looking far away. Everybody get your hand on the back, get your hip a lot closer, get your head up, wind up, wind up, 2, wind up, 3, wind up, 4, wind up, winding, 5. Now stay there, but you want to be there, and against your own will, you're going to wind up backwards. Wind. Ew. Wind. Ew. Back to shoulders. Wind up. 3. Wind up. 4. Wind up. 5. Switch hands, switch feet. Do look this way. I have to tell you one more thing, and this is about shifting, and we didn't talk a lot about shifting, so it's part of it. It helps lots of things if you divide them into categories. After some time, the categories sometimes they blend a little. Whether a punch is a snap technique or a thrust technique, or your kicks or snaps or thrusts, or your body expansion, it blends a little bit. In shifting, this is also true. But here's the thing. If I am very close to this bag, maybe 2 or 3 inches away from hitting it, I can start with my hip twisting, and the twist is easily going to carry me into the back. If I start back here and I twist, when I got nothing left for the whole path here to the back. And so that I have to start, if I'm far away, shifting forward and twisting when your front foot hits at the end. So this is a different shift, 1, 2, than this, 1. The twist starts it. So we're practicing the short one now, which again will only do you good for 2, 3, maybe 6 inches. After that, you have to change what you do. But the majority of the time, unless you're in some kind of fancy competition, that person's already close enough that the little shift forward is just going to help with the impact. Was I clear there though? If you start with a twist, now your body mechanics all worn out and you got nothing left when you get back. So anyway, this is the close one. Put your fist on there, wind up, unwind. Wind up, unwind. Wind up, unwind. Wind up, 34 seconds. Moving forward, moving forward. Unwind. Wind up. Wind. Wind up. Come back with your whole body. 2. Wind up. 3. Taller. Wind up. 4. Better. Wind up. 5. Those last 2 are definitely better and more stable. And sometimes the only way you can know is to practice and try to remember what the good ones feel like. Switch hands, switch feet. We're going to try jabbing a few times. This is awkward because it's kind of low to jab, but it's still going to teach you how to let your body commit to the technique. So the same deal is true. I want to drive this leg, get my hip in position, and have my body weight hit the pad. So I'm going to start here, and vertical fist is fine, shoulder down is fine. And then you're going to wind up. I'm going to say 1, drive your body, stick your hand out. Drive your body, stick your hand out. It is important on this technique, like it was on the last one, to try to do some preparation. So I'm telling you to wind up and then unwind into the target. So there's like elastic. Your body is wound up, ready to go, and then you let it go and it hits the target. Okay, everybody put your left jab on the back bag. Wind up a little bit and settle it down. Unwind. Back. In. Back. 3. Back. You're going to have your body side between your hips, so start sideways. 4. There you go. Wind up. 5. Wind up. That was really good timing on both of those. 6. Wind up. 7. Wind up. You can't push apart, you have to pull together. 8. Over down. Push a little higher, and a little more here. Pull your over down, and up, roll. Wind up. 9. Almost. Wind up. 10. And that's a little late. You have to start at the same time because we're only moving a little distance. So this is also common. I guess I want to talk about 2 things if you look this way again. One is I'm kind of together here and people reach or they push apart to get to the bag, and no matter what you do, that only gets worse. Try to pull together. If you can breathe down into your feet, it doesn't take much motion, it's more like timing. This and this and this. Same time. Same time. Same time. Don't try so hard. The second one is because we're moving a relatively short distance, you have to start at the same time or you'll never make it. So there's not time in this motion to go 1, 2. It won't work. Same time, same time, same time. Go! It goes right when you start your hand moves. Here we go. This is your right hand, dogs. Switch your feet to your right hand. Put your weight on there, your body sideways. hard so much. Just barely. Ew! Better. Go back. 80. Back your shoulders. Go back. Wind your own way. Double, double, double. Over. Back. Right, brother. Pick it up. Any questions on this kind of stuff? If you hit things more, you get better at it. I mean, it's just the way life is. There is a concept that is difficult when you hit things or when you hit air. And I trained for quite a while before I had a very stern sensei who drilled it and drilled it and drilled it. And then all of a sudden I started to get what was going on. And can I just use you for a target for a moment? Put your left leg in front and stand there. A lot of times when we punch, we stop. Ah! And they kept telling you to drill through him and imagine energy continuing. And I don't know what to tell you. I thought I was, but it didn't really make a difference. And then this very stern sensei kept pushing me until you get angry. Like, oh no, you get frustrated, you gotta try harder. And then I started to make progress. And the Shama was even more harsh. She was like, imagine your fist is hitting their spine. You gotta penetrate halfway. He kept pushing that. So against an open target, instead of you gotta figure out how you can go when I hit a good one, I can feel it, and usually they can too. It's like, whoa, that was pretty good. And there's a difference between and something that feels like it's going to go real. Kicks too. And I do not like people encountering each other, and yet sometimes you learn from them. When somebody punches you, holy cow, how'd they do that? Because it looked like nothing. It looked like they were just punching away. So over time, as you work with people and feel what they do, you learn more. That's about it, I guess. Let's go back on the floor. Who do we got? There's John Noel. All right. Some combinations, as was requested. Let's back up like 2 more steps. All right. Left leg forward, fighting position. On the first count, you're going to jab. On the second count, you're going to step and punch. That's the whole thing. 1, hold, 2. Recovery in. 1, 5, 2. Recovery in. 1, 2. Recovery in. 1, 2. Recovery in. 1, 2. Recover in. 1, 2. Recover in. Your head up. 1. Keep this in front somewhere if you're going to keep it. So either it goes way up there or it goes way in back, but not in between. 2. Recover in. Let's turn. 1, 2. Recover in. 1, 2. Cover in. 1, 2. Cover in. 1, 2. Cover in. Okay, so I want to talk in front of here, I guess. Oh, the phone moved. Maybe not. The one idea here, if you guys look towards me, I mentioned to Mike just a second ago, you only have two choices right now. Either your arm is basically going to stay here and squeeze, or it's going to fall all the way back, but not kind of part way. You don't get to do both. Just do one or the other. And it totally depends on what you're trying to learn. This exact sequence, there are excellent reasons to do it both ways. But what I want to point out right now as a reason to decide which way you should do it is how much time you have to move. If I'm here and this is going 6 inches, and yet I pull this back a foot, the timing is weird. This is done and this is still moving. That's not a good idea. Better would be 1, but same time, 2, but, or whatever the next move was. So for now, see if you can start to feel that. Of course they start at the same time. But also they have to end at the same time when you go on to the next one. Back up 2 steps. Left leg forward. 1, 2. Recover in. 1, 2. Recover in. 1, 2. Recover in. I'm going to count 1 and you're going to hold it. 1, hold. Here, trying to make a stance. Point this foot forward, bend your knee, keep your hip sideways. Squeezing, squeezing, squeezing. 2, step and punch. When you step and punch, this happens. Recover. 1. Push your leg. Drive forward. Pressure, 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 pressure. 2. Recover in. 1, 2. Recover in. 1, 2. Turn. Try 1 count. 1. Jab, step. Recover. 2. Jab, step. Recover. 3. Jab, step. Recover. 4. Jab, step. 5, 6, 7, turn, jab, punch, side punch, 8, 1 count, you're going to go jab, front kick, oizuki. That's the whole thing. We'll break it down in a second, but right now, jab, kick, punch. Ready? Left leg forward. 1, jab, kick, punch. Over. 2, jab, kick. 3, 4, 5. Turn away. High up for a second. So all of you are doing a good job of keeping your structure pretty decent. I mean, you're working at it, that's good. Your timing is not bad as far as moving your hands and feet. For sure you, and maybe all of us, could use more commitment with your legs to each technique. So the first one, maybe, hey, that's not bad, you got something, but now there wasn't any. So drive, kick, drive. Good finish. That's supposed to be the one that takes them out. And there's lots of ways to change it up, but right now, try to use your legs to come in each position, so we'll go 3 counts. left leg forward, jab and hold, 1, front kick and hold the recoil, 2, use your leg, 8, recover in, 1, 2, 8, recover in, your leg falls down every time, 1, shoulder down, body up, squeeze into the floor, 2, hold, 8, much better. So that means you totally can. You what, just be lazy before? Hey, begin. 1, 2, 3, recover. 1, 2, 3, turn. Now I want to point this out. There are a couple of directional vectors in what you do. A constant one is down, forward, down, forward, down, forward. So throughout this technique, I want to go down and forward, down and forward, down, oh, every time. I don't want to go up and up. So I want you to work on that. But the part that I noticed is your body has to go from wide to narrow, all the way through all of the techniques. So this is what I mean. Along this cone, this goes towards the middle, this goes towards the middle, this goes towards the middle, and then you come. Center, center, center. All three. It'll change how you move. A little bit right now. Maybe this isn't bad, but that's not anything to do with it. It's got to come to the center, both of them. Left leg forward. 1, center. You, center. All. 8, center. Recover. 1, center. You. All. 8. Recover. 1, 2, 3. That's better. That's better. You can do more, but that was a big improvement. 1, sorry. 2. Center. Quick. Where's your arm? This arm. 3. Jab. Recover. 1, center. 2, center. Get your knee up in the middle. 3, center. Oh, third of the way. Can you see what I mean? Try it again. 1, 2. Wrap this in. 3. So almost every time when I tell you to put your head up, you do exactly the right thing. You go from slightly scrunched to nice and straight and tall. That's what I want you to do. You just try to work at it more as you go through the movements. Don't keep punching. Over. 1, 2, shoulder down. 8, center. Close. That was pretty good. 1, 2, 3. Recover. 1, 2, 3. Recover. 1, 2, 3. Turn. Try one time. 1, punch, kick, punch. Recover. 2, punch, kick, punch. Recover. 3. Relax. You got to pull together each time. 4. 5. Turn. So when I make you go to the count in 3 counts, everybody does pretty good. When I go 1 count, all of your individual old habits come back, or it wasn't good anymore. So A couple more times down and back. We're going to go back to the count again. And this is what I want you to think of. That you have to do the stances and finish the technique. You have to go from wide to narrow. You got to keep your body together as you go. So I go 1, 2, 3, and then when I go one count, I go 1, 2, 3 along that same path. I don't now decide, okay, 1. It's all different. So when you go with speed or when you go one count, it's not different. It's just a little smoother. It's a little speedier. Here we go. Left leg in front. 3 counts. Jab and hold. 1, 2, hold. Over down. 3. Head up. Over. 1, 2, 3. Over. 1, 2, 3. Much better. Over. 1, 2, 3. That's really good. Recover. 1, 2, 3. Recover. 1, 2, 3. Turn. Foot dropping your leg. Stop it, stop it. Keep it up. Hold on. Up, 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 up. You're doing fantastic at motions. It's got to take a little more time before you start to believe you're doing fantastic at it. So right now you're exactly copying what you're supposed to do. And the next step would be kind of to embrace it and be confident as you do it and kind of increase commitment. But you're doing awesome. I mean, way better than I would expect. Not just for you, but for somebody who has been training a long time. It's really good. I wouldn't really tell you that if it wasn't. I'm not that kind of guy. I would tell you no. We went to a seminar once. So a guy named Toru Shiroji was one of Sensei Nishiyama's senior students. I've trained him many times. He was teaching a seminar once, and somebody asked him how he got to be so good. He said, none of us are good. Some of us just suck a little less. So our training was so, I want to say, negative. No. And if you stop hearing no, it's like, I must be doing good. I don't necessarily think that's the best way to learn. I would rather have people get a positive model, get some positive reinforcement when they do it. But that idea about we just suck a little less, it kind of means that there's a lot of depth to what we do. And instead of being up here, he's like, oh, I'm good, I get better. Not like, oh, I got it now. I'm so good, I don't know. No, you're on the path of getting better. And it's literally a lifetime study of improving. And things change. You get less flexible, you get slower, you get injured, you get whatever it is, things change. So you have to continue to adapt and study. But the core principles, if you understand them, they really take you a long way. So to me, that's part of what makes martial art different than a sport. Because most people in any sporting activity, they peak 25, 30, sometimes 35, and after that, they get worse. They stand a lot and they coach a lot. A lot of martial artists get to be 30, 35, and they start to get better. They start to figure out, oh, this is how this works. 40, 50, 60, they can still push you around. That's very impressive. And sometimes it's hard to see, but I've worked with 70 and 80-year-old people that were phenomenal. And they talk about maximum power for minimum effort. They go, boom, and they go, oh, Jesus! Unbelievable. But it didn't look like anything. If you weren't up front, you wouldn't know. So, I know this is one example. So I was up in front with Nishiyama many times as he was demonstrating. And he was trying to talk about, so there's two different ideas. One is that your body does everything. Wow, wow. So if you put your hand out, your body shut. Whoa, whoa. You do these big, or then he says soft, soft. So he's demonstrating soft, and they looked like his hands are doing nothing. And I was up there, and it felt like a woo, soft. Okay, yeah, I get it, soft. But he was so strong, it didn't look like it. And he was old. It's not like he was just a weightlifter. He understood the timing, the technique, the power. And this is part of the advantage again of a legitimate martial artist. You can study the principles, and you can improve a lot. Whereas some things are limited by your size and strength and speed. If you're not naturally big, strong, and fast, you're just screwed. It's not that way in most martial arts. You can study this principle until you get it. And then you start to apply it, and then you get way better. So there were many other times he tried to demonstrate. I'll have to explain it a different day. But in retrospect, they blew you away. You're like, wow, I didn't think somebody could do that. And yet he would just do it easily. So, here we go. You've had a moment now. One count, and take your time. One, jab, kick, punch. Recover. Two, jab, kick. Three, jab, kick. Visualize more on the last punch. Four, jab, kick, punch. Almost as if you're going to finish your punch. Shoulder down. One. Turn the way. One. Two. Three. Four. Five. Turn the way. With speed, Kata, the music at the end. Five-minute break, John Noel. Take a couple steps forward, Mike. Couple steps forward, Lauren. All right, can you see people? Yes. Kata time. Your own kata. No agenda line. Hand no down. Kata. Boy. One. You. One. You. One, two. One, two. One, two. Three, four. One, two. One, two, three. One, two. One, two, three. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7. All right. I cooled off a lot while we were looking around at the stuff. Basai die. Out. Down. Right. Forward. One, two. your own kata. Take one step in this way. Each move 5 times. So I'll count, you do one move. Feet together now. Right. Here's the first move. Hands in a little bit, feet out a little bit. One. Mike, you're crooked. Lean backwards this way a little bit. Back. Back. You. That was a good look. Don't turn your hips so much first, though. Back. Good stance, too. Feet apart just a little bit. Look. It's much better. Back. 4. Squeeze these together. Back. 5. Rachel, is that Basadai? Rachel, is that Basadai?
Yes.
Put this hand way up here, almost by your wrist. And then stay a little bit more sideways. That looks really good, John Noel. Next move, from here. 1. That was very good. Do the next move. That was not very good. Go back. 2. Oh, sorry. Go back. 2. 2. No. So you have to practice the one that wasn't good. So you went here, and this was beautiful. So start there. Go back. Coming in. 3. Pressure your legs. Head up straight. Almost. Yep. Now I get the feet up. Back. 4. Pull this together. It's getting better though. Shoulder down. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Back. 5. That's much better, Jean Noel. That looks good. Next move, everybody. 1. Turn your hip more. Push up, get up. Push on the knee with your leg. Turning. This should be super strong, and you were in such a weak position. Your hip wasn't done, your elbows out a little too far. Drawing arms, squeezing. Better. Back. A what? You. Not bad. Back. 3. Back. 4. Back. 5. Next move. 1. Right now, Jean Noel, your butt's out a little bit. Yep. Back. You. So, Rachel, your back shoulder, this one, your left one, it can't pull your body apart, so you can't go. This has got to feel like it tightens. Yep. So your shoulder will be way more forward even when your hand pulls back. And then in between the two, it'll get tighter.
Okay.
Ready? 1. Over down. Next move. Back. Ew. Squeeze. Where's your squeeze? Turn this over. Back. Your legs and your legs and your legs. Sing. Head up tall. That's better. Back. Or drop this. Squeeze these. Breathe all the way down into your feet. Way better. You can do more. Yeah, that's good there. Kind of see what the goal is there. We want to get more and more. Back. Last one of these. 5. Next move. 1. Pull together. Pull. I don't believe that there's any weight here. Yeah. Back. Ew. There you hit one. Back. Pull your drawing arm in tight when you kick, and coil tight when you kick. 3. Shoulders down. And squeeze it forward and down. Yeah, like that. Like it's committed. Pulling down. Back. All. 1. Shoulders down. Back. You. Back. Stack and hold. 3. Well, no, get it in your spine. Snap. Practice. Going down. Back. 4. More. This has to wrap, and it has to pull through your elbow. That's strong as that. Back. 4. Shoulders down, John Noel. Back. 5. That was so much better. It was a good hit. Next move. 1. Keep going with this. And shoulders down. Back. Shoulders down. You. Shoulders down. Twist. So this gets here. Your center, your legs, hits your arm. More. Yeah. Right? Back. 3. Push. This right now is isolated. It's got to extend from your body. Just think, there you go. That's much better. Sometimes it's just in your head. You have to think about it. Back.
Okay, I have a question.
Yep.
When we do this turn, which leg moves?
Your left one.
Okay.
1. Back. Last one of these. Ew. John Noel, you need a little bit better coil and recoil. You have to get your foot to come up and then out back and then down. Continue on to the next move. 1. Back. 2. Back. Re. The first punch is excellent. This is off balance. So there's not really power here. Pull the shoulder down, squeeze into your center, down into your feet. That's better. You just kind of need a direction for the weight to go. Back. 4. Head up tall, otherwise pretty good. Push on with your hip. Back. 5. So it's relatively strong, but I think 90% of it's here, not as much as down here. So just make sure your legs, this is last, your legs are first. Look this way. Up a little higher. Legs. That's a little bit better. You gotta get used to the idea that it travels through your whole body and then hits the target. Kick and hold the recoil, especially you. 1. Hold. No, just leave it there. Come on, just stay there. Get your knee up. Back. You're going to practice just that part. Yep. So it's a stability for your arms and legs and shoulders. Don't turn quite so far in your body. Extend it out a little further. Shoulders down. Body in your feet. There you go. 1. Knee up. Pressure out and down if you're coming. Why did you put your knee down, Mike? Did I say put your knee down? Back. Read. Keep this going. So you have to do both. Movement and extend it out there. Back. 4. Hurry up, everyone's waiting. 6. Back. Last one. 5. Continue. 1. Now go back to your legs up in the air. Back. 2. Down in your legs. You turn a little bit. Don't do so curled with your hands, a little flatter. Back. 3. Jean-Noel, your 2 sideways, it's a little more in front of you, but not straight and not sideways. It's kind of 45, kind of. So after this and after this, keep this going towards the target, no matter what you do with, that's better. Okay? Okay, here we go. Get your knee up. 1. Back. 2. Back. Stop hopping.
I feel like I'm doing something wrong there.
What is that?
You say I'm hopping, but I haven't said.
So it wasn't a bad up and down hop. It was a lack of direction hop. So if you are here, what I want you to do is go from here to there. And what you sometimes do is an up and a down. And you didn't do that as much this time, but there is a lack of drive, and then you try to get there. So, could totally be that my explanation correction before wasn't good. Here we go, leg up. 1. Back. not good between here and here, your front foot. Keep your head up. Better. Next move. 1. That was like your best knife head block ever. Keep next move. Go back. You. Now, pick this up. So this is a stance. It's a very modified cat stance. You need pressure down. There you go. There's pressure in this leg. Can you feel that? That's holding it. And then whatever else you do is directed by that. Back. 3. Oh, that was so much better. Back. 4. This is not your good side. It's got that little bump in it. Back. Stand. Next move. Squeeze. Elbows in, knees in. 1. Oh, push back. Back. You. Elbows in a little bit more. And squeeze your hands. And it's not quite so wide. It can be a little bit. This has to be out. Yep. Put back there. Be strong. That's better. Quick, come back here. Oh, sorry. Here we go. 3. That was pretty good. This could be better. This last position here. Back. 4. Jean-Noel, you have to do that without leaning backwards. Yes, that's a little better, but it still has to be a back stance. Back. 5. Tall, Rachel. Tall in your spine. Yep. Next move. Kick it all the knee blade. 1. Knee up, knee up, knee up, knee up, knee up. This is for you. This is why we have to do this. Otherwise, we just move on. Back. You. Hold. Where is it? Over here. Elbows in. Body together. Back. 3. Back. 4. Back. So Jean-Noel, your arms have to kind of project where you're going to go. So you are kicking and they get weaker and littler. You have to keep the pressure as you kick, and then when you do the next technique, they're in the right place. So don't let them crumple. Here we go. 1. Better. Back. Last one of these. Heel. Next move. 3. 1 tap. No, 1. I said 1. Pull the sleeves out. Pull. Make your body strong. Shoulder down. 90% here. 10% here. 90% of your body. Back. Straight hips. It's a punch. I said jab, but it's just because it was a short front arm thing. Sorry. Put your legs down. Okay, pick your leg back up. 1. Back. Yep. Heel. Back. 3. Better. Better. Back. 4. Like, push. Push that hip forward. No, forward. Towards me. Yep. Pick that up. Back. 5. Almost. You just missed. But this does the work. Hold on. This is just me punching, right? This is matching. Well, doesn't take much work to match. Boom. Cool. Here we go. Next move. One punch. One punch. 1. Back. Straight hips now. And straight hips when you punch. 2. Back. Back. 3. Shoulders down, Rachel, and put your arms in front of you more. Yep, not that far, just a little bit. Now rotate your wrists. Other way. Yep, turn. Like a rising block, kind of. Like a double rising block. Back. 4. Shoulders down. Back. 5. There. Hardly. Tall spine. Push with your legs. Yeah, better. So it's not a big change, it's just enough to make sure you got the whole. Next move. 1. Back. You. Better. Back. If your right leg's in front, your right arm's in front. 3. Yep. More up and down. Elbows in. Like this. Not like this. Back. 4. Stay there on this. Head up, elbows closer. Push all the way from here through here. Back. 5. I can't do it. Other hand. Okay. Stop. You have to make sure it's this, it's here. Back. Next move. Do 5 more. So you guys go over there. So I need to do that. 1. Stay. Finish. Push. Push your legs. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Back. You. Back. So, say that your back foot is collapsing, your back knee is inside. Yep, so you need that. Even when you squeeze in, this part has, there you go, it stays strong. It's your base. 1. That's it. Back. Slow drop. what you do, you're losing this much drive. I want you to drive off your heel that way. So you're going in. It's not like an always rule, but it'll help you right here, right now. One. That was actually pretty good. So you just gotta think about it. Back. Two. Yep. Back. Drop your front hip a little bit. Three. Push on the knee, and then you push into your back leg, back leg, back leg. Drop your front hip. Yep. Okay. So that. Continue next move. One. Knee up, knee up, knee up. Hold. Stay there, stay there. Oh. Spine straight. Bend. Back. You. And back. Three. Back. There we go. Four. More. Push. Back. Five. Next move. One. Good, Genoa. Back. It's a very, very good position. Ew. That's not bad. Back in the middle. You lose it. So what you should do is go from here to here to here. And what you do is just a little bit of, and then you're good to go. Boom. There's a little bit of dead spot in there. So this is awesome. One. Better. Shoulders down. Look that way. Pressure your feet. Back. In. Back. Three. Next move. One. Head up tall, body tall. Push forward just a little bit. Back. You. Better. Finish. Push. Back. Three. That was good, Mike. Back. Four. Back. Five. Not winning. Shoulder down. Bend over. Head up tall. Legs first. Better. So sometimes it's just a sequence. Next move. One. Shoulders down. Fist down more. Head up tall. Back. In. Shoulder out with your arms. No, out towards you. Yep. Head up tall. That's better. You was weak before. Now it's big. Back. One. That's good. Back. You. Next move. One. Squeeze together. Back. You have to make sure your front foot is straight, John Noel. Yep. Back. Three. Next move. One. Shoulders. Oh my God. Back. So sometimes just being in the right place matters, even if it doesn't feel strong on the way there. And just that little lift is what helps your position. You got it. One. Shoulder down. Bring your feet. Back. You. Almost. That's good. Back. Three. Go. Go. Shoulder E. Put your shoulders down. Extend your arms out. Yep. And back. Ooh, that's pretty good. Back. Four. Shoulders. Back arms. Squeeze. Back. Five. Shoulders down. That was a beautiful hit. You just hold the fence. Next move. One. Shoulders. So feel like your center reaches up. If I push or pull on you, you're already set on your legs, driving forward to the target. Back. That's good. You. Good. Fingers together. Back. Three. Back. Four.
And I'm confused about the direction of these. I keep getting turned around.
All right. What do you want to do?
I'm wondering if you have like an instructional video that I can play and then pause 8,000 times.
I think that I have a couple. I will try to send them to you. Okay?
I appreciate that.
I will find you a couple good Basedai ones, and then, I have the application one too, but.
Yeah, okay.
Okay? Next move. One. Point up. Squeeze your hip. Back. Your hip. Where's your hip? Drive it forward. Forward, like a front kick. Yeah. Back. Breathe forward. Not your chest. Back. Four. That was better. Need you just a bit more forward. Back. Five. That's getting there. But getting this to rock right where your knee is. Back. One. Why'd you put your knee down? Look it. Back. You. Knee up. Come on. Next move. One. Next move. Back. Knee up. Hip forward. You. Good. Back. Three. Head up tall. Back. Four. Back. Five. Next move. One. Next move. Now you guys go back. You next move. You. Next move. Go back. Three. Head up tall. Back. Four. Back. Five. move. The next section would be putting them into pieces where you do 2 or 3 moves together. Do that over and over again 5 times. And then the first half of the kata 5 times, and the second half 5 times. It should all be 10s really. But it takes a couple hours to make your way through it. Out. Kata. Away. 8. Try your hip more. Reach your body. John Noel, put your feet apart more. Other hand now. Rachel? No, yeah. So after you do this one, now just do this one. Then 45. What?
My right foot is still like back.
We'll work on it. So from here, when I turn, I'm going to go in line this way. And then both feet pivot again to be in line the other way.
Okay.
Then I go 45. And then you reach, it's just a 90-degree turn. It's smaller than most people think. And then you shuffle just a little bit. Hey, everybody. Any questions? Line up there in class. Show me. Right? Okay. Right? Zoom people. Nice to have you here. Thank you. See you Wednesday. Goodbye, everybody. Any questions on the stuff we did?
On one of the videos or something.
Okay.